what are the security concerns that the EU, on the one hand, but its member states have with regard to the evolution of the situation in Syria?
You have quite a few security concerns. So first, the chaos and the instability is a security concern systematically. The question of monopoly of force is a real question. Some groups are radical. So will al-Sharaa manage to keep them under control, knowing also that some states might try to help radical group destabilize the regime? There was recently a paper reported by Wassim Nasr, who went to Syria, and the testimony by some locals fearing that Iran, for instance, that lost influence in the country, would maybe help ISIS to destabilize the regime. So I'm not saying it's happening. I'm saying that people in the country in Syria some of them are fearing this could happen. Another big issue, I would say, is the potential clash between the Kurds in the northeast of Syria and the Turkish-backed militias that could actually dilute the Kurdish forces that are keeping the prisons where ISIS members are incarcerated, that are also keeping the IDP camps where ISIS families, women, children are located. And so this could encourage ISIS to attack, to try to break some prisons. We, as Europeans, we have some European citizens in Syria, some of them operating with HTS, or some of them that close to them. So, well, for the moment, according to the French intelligence service, it's not the first concern, but still it's something that we have to watch. And also, last but not least, there is a risk that ISIS could be strengthened by this security vacuum in all the regions where the Assad army was operating, and that is now in the security transition that we were mentioning earlier. So there have been some attacks, ISIS attacks. For the moment, the United States and also the French are striking ISIS. They are showing that they are here, that they are aware of this risk. And so, yeah, it's for the moment, the risk is contained, but we see last week or 2 weeks ago, there was a foiled plot in Syria. Some people were arrested linked to ISIS that were planning to bomb a Shia shrine, which really, I mean, if this is actually true, this would reveal the will of ISIS to try to capitalize from the chaos and try to relaunch the religious rift in Syria to spread this chaos. And
trigger Iran. So that would be actually the prophecy, no? I mean, you were mentioning the interview by Nasr. I mean, of course, if ISIS would target a Shia mosque, then there would be at least a communique by Iran, if not something more. So,
well, yes, well, the relation in the region is complicated. Of course, ISIS is in conflict with Iran. There was a very large terror attack at the beginning of the year 2024 in Kerman in Iran. But yeah, what could also happen is maybe a cooperation to destabilize the current Syrian administration. And just to end with this issue of security concern, I think that we are also in a period of transition in terms of influence in Syria. And it's something that Europe has to watch, because we had, during the Assad reign, we had a strong Iranian influence, a strong Russian influence, that are now kind of replaced by growing influence of Turkey, and some potential investment by Qatar, or let's see what comes. But it's also something that, in terms of geopolitical perspective, has to be monitored and assessed by Europe.